Looking to sell your home in 2020? Well, lucky for you found this video, because today we are going to cover the 3 mistakes to avoid when selling your home in 2020. So let's get into today's video. Alright, hey everyone, if you are new here, my name is Aaron Bowman, and I have a team called the Bowman Realty Group over at eXp Realty in Connecticut. And we try to bring these videos to you on multiple of social media platforms, so wherever you're watching this from, please like, subscribe, share it with somebody you know. It really would mean the world to us. And what we try to do is bring you information regarding real estate, whether it's buying, selling, investing. Maybe you're a for sale by owner and you're just trying to figure out how to sell the home on your own because you want to save some commission. You can find that information here. And on today's video, we're going to be talking about the 3 mistakes to avoid when selling your home in 2020. So maybe you had your house on the market last year, it didn't sell. Maybe you're thinking of putting it on the market and you just kind of want to see what are some of the things you should avoid when selling your house. Now, you're going to see me looking over here because I got everything on my computer screen, but let's jump right into it. And if you would, please comment down below where you're watching this from. We always like to see who's watching our videos, where they're watching them from. It always kind of gives us a warm fuzzy inside, which is really cool. So, first thing first, and this is kind of the big one, regardless of what market you're in, is price. Now, right now, inventory is low across Connecticut, across the nation. So, some home sellers feel that they can get whatever price they want for their home because the inventory is low. Now, that's not necessarily the case. The problem with that is if you have, I always use this example, 2 identical houses. Now in New England, it's a ranch, raised ranch, cape, or split level. So let's go with some colonials. Let's go with colonials, right? So you have 2 colonials that are side by side in the same neighborhood. Both built at the same time, both built by the same builder, pretty much same inside except for maybe a few upgrades, granite countertops, flooring, that type of thing. Now, just because the inventory is low and you're putting your house on the market, you might feel, hey, my house, I don't care what my realtor said or the appraiser, they don't know what they're talking about. We think our house is worth $350,000, when in reality it's worth $250,000 because that's what all the homes in that area have sold for. Now, the problem with that is, regardless of what market it is, like right now we're very low in inventory, or even if we're high in inventory, your home's going to sit there and people are going to start to think things are wrong with it because of how long it has sat on the market for. And the reason for that is price. So all the advertising in the world, anything like that, can't really make up for overpricing a home. And unfortunately, some homeowners feel they can get whatever they want when the inventory is low, like right now. So they put their home on the market, not necessarily for $100 grand more, mind you, but they might put it up for 10 to 20 grand more than what it's actually worth, hoping that somebody's going to buy it because the inventory is low. Now, I wasn't going to talk about this, kind of going off script here, but one of the other things you fall into having a problem doing that is if, say, your house is worth $200,000, you're trying to get $220,000 for it. Now, if your house doesn't appraise for $220,000, that means you either have to lower your price to meet the appraised value, or that home buyer who really likes your house has to come up with another 20 grand cash to be able to buy it. That may not necessarily be something that they want to do. I mean, who would overpay for a house if it's not worth it, right? So keep that in mind when putting your house in the market. Now, number 2 is going to be letting your emotions interfere with the sale. Here's the thing, a lot of people that are selling their homes, especially now, might be, going into assisted living. It might be downsizing in their family. They might be moving out of state to a warmer climate like we see here in New England. There's a multitude of reasons why people sell. Now, most of those homes people have been in for, let's say 10 years or more. They've had a lot of family gatherings, Christmas, Hanukkah, Thanksgiving, birthdays, funerals, a whole bunch of things have happened in those homes within those walls. And a lot of people get attached to their home. They might make some upgrades and then decide, maybe we don't want to sell, even though the taxes are super high where they're at. The thing is, you got to get into your head as a seller. I know there's emotional attachment. I sold my childhood home a few years ago for my father, and the day of the closing I did one more walkthrough after everybody else had gone through, just because it was probably the last time I was ever going to set foot in that house, and all the memories of my brothers and families and birthdays and stuff like that. The thing is, at the end of the day, it's 4 walls and a roof, and it really doesn't matter what home you're in as long as you're with family, and family is what's going to build those memories. Don't get too attached to your house where you fall into number one's rule and overprice your home. You know, if you're just not ready to sell your home, you're just not ready. But you know, a lot of people that get into the selling process that are really attached to their homes have a hard time taking feedback from potential buyers. You know, hey, we don't like the paint color, we don't like the walls, we don't like the flooring, we don't like the way the living room's set up. You know, and that's been your home, and it's hard to hear that sometimes. So keep that in mind when it comes time to selling. Don't be emotionally involved. Keep it as a transaction, and that's why it's very important to work with a realtor, because no matter how frustrated and mad you get, you can yell at your realtor all day long. It's not like taking it out on your spouse, and we're here to take that. We actually go to a school to learn how to take abuse like that. No, I'm just kidding. We're here to alleviate some of that pain, and if you remember that it's just a transaction and you're selling to go somewhere else to be with your family or to be somewhere warmer where you can start new memories, it makes the selling process a lot easier. Number 3, this is the last one, we're trying to keep this video kind of short today, is not staging your home. Now, there's 2 different ways to look at this. We're looking at a empty home that needs to be staged, or a home that hasn't been touched since the 60s, all right? So maybe you've been in this house for a long time, you haven't really updated stuff. Even a non-updated house, if it's staged properly, can take away from some of the negative factors, maybe like a shag carpet, wallpaper, popcorn ceilings, that sort of thing. Because, you know, you might love your home decor. We love ours here. I don't know really what ours is in our house. Modern country, I guess. But, you know, you might have a certain way, you know, you're really into the rustic look. That's great for you, but not every buyer coming in is going to be able to picture what it's like to be in the house with their stuff. So you kind of want to make it pleasing to whoever comes in to see it. So if you're super modern, maybe you want to tone it back a little bit. If you're super country, maybe you want to add a little modern to that. Now, that's just because, you know, most people can't walk into a house and say, oh, I love your living room, it's amazing. They're gonna walk in and be like, God, I hate that color carpet, and why would they paint the walls that color? And what's up with the popcorn ceilings and that mantle? It's so skinny. Why don't they have a big, robust mantle? So those are things you're gonna run into. So having a home stager come in or working with a realtor that knows how to home stage can really give you some ideas and should do a walkthrough with you and say, hey, maybe we should move stuff here, maybe we should move stuff there. And you know, even just taking stuff from one room and putting it into a different room, moving stuff around and kind of giving it a fresh look can help. Now, if you have a vacant house, you've already moved, you're in the process of still selling a house, maybe here in New England or wherever you're at, and you've moved to a different location, leaving the house vacant is the worst thing you can do. Now, you can do virtual staging, but it really never looks 100%. So for a few grand, you can, you know, or a few $100s, you could have somebody come in, stage the home. You know, the price depends on where you are. Have them stage, and you don't have to stage the whole thing. Stage like a living room, master bedroom, and maybe a bathroom. That's it. 3 rooms, so they can kind of get a feel for how the house would look if it's, you know, lived in, properly staged. And a side note to that, homes that are staged usually sell for 1 to 1.5% more than a non-staged home. So those are the 3 things, or 3 mistakes to avoid when selling your home in 2020. Make sure you avoid those things. Make sure you do them. And bottom line is, if you are looking to sell here in Connecticut, or you're looking to sell somewhere else and move into Connecticut, we have a large group of realtors. We work across the U.S. And you know, we're more than happy to refer you to a qualified individual in your area. And if you're looking to buy or sell here in Connecticut, we'd be more than happy to sit down and have an honest 15-minute conversation on what it's going to take to get your home sold in 2020. So thanks for watching the video. All of our links are down below if you need to get a hold of us. Please, again, like, subscribe, share this with somebody you know. We would truly appreciate it. And it, you know, makes us feel good inside that somebody other than my mom and my dad are watching these. Hi, guys. And we'll see you on the next video.